Okay, results. Graph. Easily graph. Twice the votes. Then let's do graph. And unless it's very easy and I solve it in 1 minute, this will be the last problem of today. We see each other on Saturday, 2 days from now, just after Code Forces Rife round. I will talk about my solutions, just like a week ago. I need to work for CD Projekt Red in Poland. Do I need to? I'm not a game developer. But it would be awesome to help them with something, like to work for several hours for CD Projekt. I already thought a long time ago that I should send them an email. Hey, I'm very good at algorithms. If you have any issue, any problem you need to resolve, hit me up. I will help you for free for like 1 day. Just for bragging rights. So I could say, yeah, I worked for CD Projekt Red. I'm not going to switch my career just to work for them. Gaming industry is quite bad for employees because there is a big crunch, and basically it's often said that employers, they pay in dreams because, you know, you make your dreams happen, especially Blizzard. Okay, return the number of regions. Just like in problem about islands, like if you want to solve this problem, you need to first do LeetCode islands. This one. You're given a grid corresponding to water and land. You need to find the number of islands. And there are some follow-ups on this, including a very hard one about shapes of islands. It's something like you can rotate them, you can mirror them. Yeah, it's difficult. But here we'll try to do the same thing. And the same thing is, well, if you want to find a connected component where you can get from the first cell, you can use DFS or any other search like BFS, or something completely else to say what is connected to what, or to say what is in the same group. That's called DSU, disjoint set union, or find an union. Because it's a graph problem, I would guess that more people would first try DFS. And the time complexity is linear, so it's fine. The recursion hurts a little bit. Like, recursion is slow in computers than anything iterative, so DSU maybe would be faster, even though it has some additional logarithm in complexity. But let's go with DFS. In Twitch there is a job command. So many people ask what I do for a living. Yeah, let's do DFS. And for example, starting from the top left cell, I can run DFS. I then need to understand to what neighboring cells I can get. And I mark them as visited. I'll keep doing DFS. Once it's done, no more cells to visit, I need to start from some other cell, unvisited yet. So this would be solution for problem islands if it wasn't complicated with, you know, diagonals. For every, just pseudocode, for every row, for every column, if not visited of row column, and then DFS of row column, and this will mark as visited this cell and everything in the same connected component. Answer plus plus, the number of regions plus plus. At the end, return count regions. But here, it might happen that, let's see what is the output, what is the input format. Each square consists of this, or a blank space. Let me understand this one first. This is actually a square of size 2 by 2, where in top right we have this, in bottom right we have this. And now if we start from this, we should mark this cell visited, but this area is not yet visited. Actually, this we should mark in first DFS that this is visited and only this half of a cell. So maybe every cell should be split into two smaller cells, two smaller vertices in our graph, and I would only mark this as visited. But sometimes it will be like that. So it's not always top left and bottom right. And then maybe every cell should be treated as 4 vertices, because maybe it's like this, maybe like that. So imagine that there is vertex representing each triangle of a cell. And if there are no diagonals in this cell, then all of them are connected. But if there is this diagonal, then only those two are connected with each other, those two are connected with each other. So again, for input of size 2 by 2, imagine that there are separate triangles denoting parts of cells. And so on and so on. And if there are no additional segments, then say that there is an edge between neighbors, like that. Also there is cell like this. This is the graph. And just run DFS from every vertex if it's not visited yet, and so do whatever we would need to do to find the number of connected components in a graph. I will finish this beautiful drawing. I didn't, well, imagine triangles there as well, just I'm lazy to finish it. Why is it looking like a pizza? Because pizza also is split into triangles. Okay, now instead of just saying that everything is described by row and column, because in problem islands we just have row and column, I would also have here some type from 0 to 3, 0, 1, 2 or 3, and this type will denote, let's say that within a cell this triangle is 0, then maybe 1, 2 and 3. We need to decide something. And then my logic will be row columns 1, so this, let's say 5, 5, 1 is connected to, in the next cell, this left guy. The left guy is 3. So there is edge, like that, between type 1 in one cell and type 3 in the neighboring cell. So this denotes an edge between row column, 1 and row column plus 1, 3. Column plus 1 denotes the next cell on the right. And like that I need to figure out a lot of connections. Plus, within the same cell, 0 and 1 are connected unless there is this diagonal. 3 and 2 the same, 0, 3 are connected unless this, and that's it. I think it's possible to only do like the number of vertices I will have is size of the grid times 4. I think it's possible to do size of the grid times 2, but it's not better. I like my idea. So yeah, for every row, for every column, for every type, if not visited, then DFS from it. And I need to pass grid in order to know what are the diagonals within cells. Pass with reference, and also for safety with constant, just not to overwrite something by mistake. Okay, this. I will also need to pass visited, but I will fix that at the end. I like to make the main thing first and then fix the details. Okay, and now there are a few possibilities for what to do here. I guess I will do a lot of ifs. I don't really see a better way. Like if I am of type 1, then go to 3 in the next cell. DFS of row, call +1, 3, and pass the grid. I see already that I will pass a grid so many times that while this is nice, and yeah, even during coding interview maybe you should do it like that, I'm lazy. I will just make it global. So for example, after getting this argument, let's override, and now I can access global grid and I don't need to pass it every time. I will do the same with visited, just because I'm lazy. You shouldn't really do it if you will be judged by quality of your code. Okay, here I should also do if column is smaller than width, or column +1 smaller than width, and not visited of that new cell. But this is so much code. Yeah, I need this. And I will have a lot of such ifs. So instead of doing all of this here, let's just do it at the beginning of DFS. If not inside the grid, or if already visited, then return. This way, in all those like 5 ifs, I don't need to every time check if I go to a valid state. Okay, let's 0 of me will be connected to 2 of cell above me. Rows are usually numbered from above, so row -1 is cell above me. I can write above me, on the right from me. If type is 2, then go to the bottom, and there will be 0 there. Below me, DFS off, and finally for 1, go to the right. Oh, something is wrong. Yeah, because I already had it. For 3, go to the left, and there will be 1 waiting for you. So row call -1 is on the left. We can take a quick look whether here I have 4 different types, because there are pairs, like 2 and 0 are connected. 3 and 1 are connected. If I make a single mistake here, it might be visible here that, oh, maybe 3 is repeated. That would be an obvious mistake. This, and we also want to mark something within a cell. Like from 0, I need to go to 1 and to 3 in the same cell, unless there is a diagonal. If grid of row call is not this character, this prevents us to go from 0 to 1 and 3 to 2. How to efficiently move between those? Instead of ifs, I will see a trick here. I will just XOR by 1. To get from 0, 1, or from 1, 0, XOR by 1. 2, 3, the same thing. This way I avoided some ifs. If grid of row column is different than this, maybe there is the same kind of trick here. If how to move between 0, 3 and 1, 2, unless there is, of course, such a forbidden diagonal. This happens to work. 0 and 1, 0 and 3, their XOR is 3. 2 and 1, their XOR is 3. If this wasn't true, then I would make a lot of ifs. You can also use switch for readability. Yeah, it's just that when I learned coding, I wasn't aware of switches, and then I never do them. But indeed, here, how to write it? Switch type, and here you can do something like case 0, then something. That would be better. I usually, during like contest or something, just put else's here, which is not the nicest, and here else assert false, just in case I messed up. This is like additional check when I run for samples, that I maybe missed some case. Well, this seems better. It's more in order 0, 1, 2, 3. But I agree with Omer that switch would be better, switch case. Yep. I think that's it. That's all the transitions we need. And what? This was pseudocode for problem about islands. I have plus the count of regions. And I need to fix. I need function inside. Row must be between 0 and h-1, where h denotes height. I very much like to create a variable for height instead of typing something like grid of 0 size or grid.size, because this is so the opposite of meaningful. You want your code to be readable. Like if h doesn't convince you, then just put height here. It's very easy to understand this. Like, it's perfect if your code is kind of self-commenting. If you look at line and you see what it does. Do this, and I still need to in some way create it. If I need that in multiple places, then I will make it global maybe. Okay, oh, visited. Visited. No, I need height and width. How to make it nicely. Let's do this at the beginning of our program. Height and width. Now visited. I don't know if, yeah, it can be not empty. So this size of size height by width. This creates a like two-dimensional array, like bool visited by height by width. Always put height first because rows usually go first. If you do that in every problem, it will be easy for you and you will never mess it up. Well, not never. If I said that, then for sure eventually I would make a mistake and somebody would point that out. You will rarely make mistakes this way. Oh, this is a special character in C++. This escape character, you need to put it twice. Visited. Oh, I need 3 dimensions. That's ugly, very ugly with vectors. But here you go. It's height by width by 4. And I wrote h instead of here. I think that width is better and height is better. It's just that because of competitive programming, I'm used to short variable names. I still prefer row and column instead of R and C. But H and W, I'm just used to putting uppercase letters. Yep, accepted. 40 milliseconds, but don't worry about it on LeetCode. Just worry about your time complexity. And that being said, in graph of size n, DFS takes O of n time, n plus m. DFS is of n plus m, where it's number of vertices and edges. The number of vertices here is height times width, h times w, and the number of edges is, for every vertex there are only a few edges, so of one, constant number of them, so I can say that number of vertices and edges is of the same magnitude. Isn't assign better than resize? I think it is. I did something that works. Yeah, assign would be better. Bluetooth speaker, no. Bumbag. What? What is bumbag? I have like 5 power banks from different competitions. I have like 3 Bluetooth speakers and I already gave some away. I have 2 thermos mags. I have multiple contest t-shirts. So the only maybe interesting, oh, is this bumbag? It's nerka in Polish. Yeah. No, not my style. Well, I can always get 51st place. Oh no, random participants. So just 21st place will be fine. Will I participate in Yandex Cup? Yeah, I will, if I have time on that day. Win and make us giveaway. The, how is it called? Shipping cost will exceed the cost of this product. And just like last week, I will give you 2 problems, and next week we will start with discussing those 2 problems. I think that this is more educational for you, rather just seeing me open a problem and start, when I immediately start talking about it. The other thing is that if you want, I can give you time after opening a problem suggested during a stream. We can make like 5-minute timer and only then I will start discussing it. Whatever makes the streams, the streams most educational. Why is this such a stupid problem? I mean, can this be done if big car can fit into medium plus small slot? Yeah, okay, let's say that this will be one homework problem, but we'll talk about other possibilities as well. Like what happens if medium can take 2 small spots, or big can take medium plus small. So basically assume that this is of size 1, 2, and 3, the slots. That should be more interesting. I think it's possible as well. So, yep, homework. And this will be in YouTube description and in Discord as well. On Saturday I do Code Forces solutions just after Code Forces round, so see you then. And thank you all for watching the stream. If there is somebody doing coding interviews, I will host, otherwise I will not. More than 100 viewers today, nice. You can help him with MST if he struggles. See you everybody, thank you for watching.